Hi, guys. It's your girl Fatima,
And it's your girl, Mariama.
and we are back for another episode of
Fur and Cocoa.
where we have cozy conversations, for the girls and the guys.
Facts. And, I'm just very excited to be back with my girl.
Yes,
And you look so amazing.
thank you. You do too.
Thank
I
you.
love when we get together and, film Fur and Cocoa. This is just like our baby. So,
Yes.
yeah, this is like,
Very near and dear to our heart.
yeah, and this is like an outlet for the week. So,
Yeah.
I need my Fur and Cocoa coffee or cocoa.
Definitely. And we can actually cheers to that.
Cheers. Clink. All right, so before we jump into today's topic,
Okay.
I just want to know, like, what are your vibes this week? Like, what is one song that kind of represents how you've been feeling, or what's your vibe this week? Like, what song you've been playing on repeat?
That's a good question. I really have been playing a lot of Kaylani. Like, first it was Folded. She had to hit us with a
Oof,
banger.
that one.
Like, Grammy on the way for my girl.
Yeah.
But she just dropped a song yesterday, Out the Window, and it just gave me so much nostalgic early 2000s R&B vibe. Like, my girl sang her heart out.
Yeah.
And we're kind of in the fall winter era right now, and that's the type of vibe I'm trying to bring.
Yeah,
That's the vibe
for
I'm getting.
sure. I
Yeah.
love me some Kaylani.
Yes, girl, we got to go to her concert.
We do. I feel like that's a full circle moment
Yeah.
because the first time I feel like one of my first concerts really um was a Kaylani concert, and I went with all my girls.
Period. We had such a good time.
An amazing time.
What about you? What is the soundtrack of your life right now?
So I'm listening to an artist. I know everybody knows him, Odile, and the song is Miami. I just cannot stop singing that song. Like, I feel like his vibe is very chill, but still very sexy. And I feel like that's the season I'm in right now. Like, cozy, sexy, chill, just, those are
Definitely
my
wants to
vibes
make
for
you.
sure.
Yeah, and I think it definitely wants to make you take a trip to Miami.
Oh my gosh.
We need a trip.
We need a trip for sure.
Just gonna put that out there.
We can never go wrong with the Miami trip.
Never. You can never go wrong with a Miami trip. But one day it's getting a little cold. But I don't think it's cold in Miami right now.
Probably not. Miami has really good weather.
Yeah, I think they do right now.
All right, so speaking of weather, we're in our fall season. We're in our fall season bag. You got the all denim on.
Yeah.
Tell us about your look.
I think it's definitely giving the season. It's giving fall, it's giving winter, it's giving luxe. Like, I think a dark denim gives like luxe, upscale, grown. You got the nails,
I love the nails, by the way.
thank you. It's like the burgundy black nails. Boot season.
Yeah.
I love a good boot.
Yeah, especially when they're comfortable.
Especially when they're comfortable. I just love it. But yeah, this is kind of the vibe I'm going for. What about you? I love your look.
Thank you. I
Tell
love
us
yours, by the
everything
way.
about your look.
Okay, so my look is pretty simple. It's monochromatic brown. Everything looks good in brown, and that's just the vibes. I feel like it's a color that represents fall too. So, yeah, I decided to just go monochromatic.
Definitely. I love the look. It's giving me New York Fashion Week.
Thank you.
It's giving you need to be on a runway.
Thank you.
It's giving all of the feels.
Thank you. You
brown hair, everything. Thank you, girl.
Thank you. This is really my first time trying to color too, so
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Girl, it suits you so well.
I appreciate it. Okay, so today's topic is going to be something that's very near and dear to our hearts. Growing up African.
Ooh. Definitely a conversation that will take us back.
Yeah.
And I think we get to explore how it is now, like how being African has shaped who we are today
100%.
as women, navigating life and heading into adulthood, even though we've been adults for a little while, but it still kind of feels like I'm just now really.
We're in a new season of adulthood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I guess I can pop it off with you.
Sure.
How do you think being African has shaped who you are today?
Being African has given me a sense of like identity and pride. Like, I'm proud to be African. Um and then just remembering, like, my mom always saying, no, know who you are, don't forget who you are, don't forget where you come from, and things like that. It always allowed me to be very just prideful, like, in the way that I move. Like, I always move with a certain level of class. Always move with a certain level of grace, always move with a certain level of honesty and, just connection to the people around me
Mhm.
because I grew up African and having that community around you all the time and just that connection and that loving family bond that you have when you're from a, a country in Africa where we're from, Gambia.
Mhm.
That culture, that connection, it always allowed me to see the world in more of a colorful way rather than just black and white and just, it always made me move with my heart and not just like, certain things, just I don't know, material things or whatever the case may be. It always helped me kind of stay grounded.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so beautiful. And I completely agree as far as like it really does make the world a more colorful place. Growing up African was interesting to say the least. I
Yes.
think that you definitely had to be okay with being different and you had to accept that you were not like the rest of your peers in school.
100%.
I grew up in a pretty mixed neighborhood, or a pretty mixed school system. It was a lot of black kids, it was a lot of white kids, and also like Hispanic kids, like very mixed.
Yeah.
And I always knew that I was different from all of them, even the foods that we ate. Like, we would go to these ceremonies and it would be way different than the parties that our peers were throwing.
Mhm.
Their baby showers are our ngentes.
Yeah.
And so it was different.
Mhm.
But it was cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like obviously it was challenging growing up and getting teased for being
Yeah.
African, and a lot of the times like I really didn't used to like being African,
Mhm.
but now it's like I'm just so glad that I'm part of the cool club and that God has
Yeah.
blessed us with this culture that we have, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Me either. Okay, so you kind of started the conversation of like how we grew up in our childhood.
Mhm.
Okay, so coming back to that question that you asked, like what was my childhood like being African? I would say kids are mean.
Yeah.
Kids are really, really mean. Um, and it was definitely a challenge. I kind of felt bad, but I didn't feel like terrible, depressed. I don't feel like I had any like identity crisis or anything like that. I just felt like, oh, they always have something to say, so I'm gonna say something back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it gave me tougher skin because kids were always mean to me. So I had to learn how to like speak up for myself. I had to learn how to like, be able to talk back. Like, you had to be slick with the mouth if you grew up African.
Yeah.
Cause they gonna come with them jokes.
You have to know how to roast.
You had to know how to roast
Okay.
because they always gonna hit you where it hurts.
Yeah.
African booty scratcher, this,
Yeah.
whatever that. So you had to be able to have those comebacks, and I had my comebacks for sure. And it definitely showed me, like growing up African definitely showed me how to speak up for myself,
Yeah.
especially as a child,
Mhm.
because you have to.
Yeah, definitely.
But going into like adulthood, it's just became more of like a luxury to me. Like it's rich to be African. It's so much culture, so much depth, so much, vibrancy growing up African. And so transitioning from like elementary, middle school, high school, it just became a part of my identity. And that's just kind of how I moved in life.
I
So
love
what about you?
I think that it was pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely you had to have like tougher skin. It wasn't easy for me because I think I don't know, maybe I'm just a little more sensitive. I'm a Pisces,
Mm.
and so it was challenging. And then also I didn't like that I was short.
Oh.
I love being a little itty bitty now, but like being short, African, dark skin,
Oh,
like
yeah.
it was just the odds were against us at that point.
They really were. Like the
Yeah.
way that they praise dark skinned women now, like every music video that you look at now. I love the recognition now
Yeah.
for sure, but there was a time where that wasn't even a thing.
Girl,
Yeah.
I remember like my uncle, like one of my uncles, he used to always tease me because he used to say like, "You're African. Your name is Mariama," and I'm like, "No, my name is Mary, and I'm African American."
Oh
And I
my
just want to be,
goodness.
I want us to be African American. Like, do not just put me as just African.
Oh.
But like he used to always say like, he would just laugh and be like, you will see, like, when you get older, like, you will embrace your culture and you will recognize, like, how beautiful it is. And he was very right. Uncle Buddy was very right. So if you're watching this,
shout out to Uncle Bert.
Yeah, shout out to you.
And then the fact that you went from Mary to Mariama now, like, I feel like that's the name that you go by now.
Yeah, that's the name that I go by now. I've accepted. Like, I think that it's just beautiful, like, having a culture that goes back, like, you can trace back your lineage centuries, ago. And I think that's, like, very beautiful. And I think we're very fortunate to be able to, like, trace back our roots.
Yeah.
And also to that, like, can you explain what is your culture? Like, what country are you from? What is your culture? What is your tribe? For the people that don't know.
So for me, I am Gambian. My dad is from a tribe, or not even a tribe, but from, is it a tribe? My dad's from a tribe called the Sadahules. I don't even think it's a tribe.
I think that is a tribe.
That's a tribe?
Yeah, the Sadahule people.
Sadahule. My dad is Sadahule. And my mom is Mandinkan. So that's where I'm from.
Period.
That's kind of my background. What about you?
Also Gambian, but my grandparents were born in Guinea. So I don't know. I guess I should start also claiming that I'm from Guinea too. I have some family in Guinea, but because my parents were born in Gambia, I just go like say I'm Gambian. And they're both Fulani on both sides, so that's where young Fulani comes into play.
Yes.
As far as like my immediate family, but I think we're small but mighty.
And the Fulani culture is a very beautiful culture.
Yeah.
I feel like it represents, like, when you put a poster on, Gambia or Senegal, you see the Fulani people have made their name very, very, like, strong.
Definitely.
But, with all cultures of Africa, but I know a lot about the Fulani culture, and it's really beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. And I think they're like really widespread too. Like,
they're not just one area.
Yeah, you'll see a Nigerian Fulani, and it's a lot of us. So, okay. How did being a first generation American, having immigrant parents, how does that shape you, or how does that influence how it is that you moved in life?
So, how it shaped me, being a first generation is very challenging, especially when you're not like, being a first generation American is very challenging because, one, you don't have you won't have role models. You have to become your own role model because your parents came here from a completely different country and they live life a completely different way. And then the way that where you're growing up as, they live a life completely different from yours. So there is no medium.
Yeah.
There is no in between. There is nothing that you can see. Now you have a lot of role models.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who are forging the way for our people, and just, the first generation born Gambians and first generation born anyone. So we didn't really have the tools, I would say, to become successful. So we had to, like, trial and error, learn from our immediate community, and figure out who we wanted to be, because the values and traditions that they had back home doesn't easily translate to what we have here. And then the values of, growing up as an American doesn't really translate to what we have back home, and it's not natural to us oftentimes.
Yeah.
So definitely had to adapt, definitely had to become my own role model, definitely had to choose, okay, this is not going to work for me because I can't do that.
Yeah.
And then figuring out, the in-betweens of it all and becoming my own role model, to be honest.
Yeah, that's very powerful. And I think that is something to say as far as not really having any in between sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes feeling like you're too African for the Americans, being too American for the Africans. I think that was passed down was the work ethic of our parents. And I think that they had to, out of survival, they have an extreme work ethic.
100%.
And they know how to hustle because they had to. Imagine, I could not imagine myself having to take my kids and or even because my I was born here, right? So my mom, she was pregnant on the way here and I was born here. But just having to make that sacrifice to move away from all of your family,
No, yeah.
all of what you know,
Mhm.
in order for you to have a better opportunity, in order for your kids
Mm.
to have a better opportunity.
Yeah.
I think that sacrifice and their work ethic, like my mom working, slaving away at these jobs just
Yeah.
to make ends meet, that is the wealth or the generational wealth that I think she passed on
Yeah.
to me to be able to have the opportunity that I have to even do a podcast or to have a good job, to go to school, to be educated.
Yeah.
And so I'm just forever thankful. And it took me a while to kind of realize that, but as I got older, like I truly realized the value of what they've done for us
Yeah.
and just the value of their work ethic.
Yeah, I'm so, 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 so grateful for all of our parents just making that sacrifice to come over here. That's such a big deal. And they literally had to get it out the mud.
Yeah.
They had to get out the mud every which way. And then just imagine a society of, I don't know, around the time that they came here, like it wasn't easy at all.
Yeah, imagine they probably like had to deal with their own bouts of racism and
Hmm.
imagine the accent barrier, language barrier, like they did what they had to do.
Yeah, forever grateful for them.
Forever grateful. And so I always like try to think of that. And I think right now we're in a place where we can use that work ethic and we also learned how to hustle hard too
Yeah.
in America and learn how to navigate this space. And that also is coupled with the new technologies and things that we have.
Hmm.
And we have to use it accordingly and use it to our advantage.
Hmm.
That way, our next kids and generations to come will have an easier life and, more opportunities for them. And that's generational wealth. It's not always money to me. Like, I think
Yeah.
generational wealth could be like education,
Yeah.
passing down, even your environment,
Hmm.
that type of thing. So,
Okay, okay. I love that. I love that so much. So what are some things that you will carry on to your children
mm.
as you become an adult and you learn all of the things that you had to carry from your parents? Like what would you move forward onto your children? What traditions would you carry on?
Mm. I think that for me, I don't know if it's necessarily a tradition, but just the value of community and
Mm,
togetherness.
yeah.
I think that in Western society, they pride themselves so much on being like individualized and
Yeah.
like everybody is for themselves.
That's so true.
Yeah, but I think in our culture, African culture, it's community based. Like it takes a village literally
It
to raise a
literally
child, to raise a person. And like your family isn't just your immediate family, it's
mm-hmm.
your whole neighborhood surrounding you.
100%.
And that's something my mom is very, very like she prides herself on that. Like she always tells me like make sure you go to anything that anybody invites you. Like if somebody invites you to this baby shower, like make sure you go or if there's a funeral, like she always tries to make sure she goes.
Yeah.
Even if she doesn't necessarily is close with that person or not, she just knows of them from the Gambian community.
Mm-hmm.
She still makes sure she goes and she always says like, you have to show up for people and that's how, if you need somebody to show up for you, if you need a community to show up for you, they will do that.
I agree.
They do that so well in African culture.
100%.
Girl.
Yes. Yes.
And I think here, like a lot of people are lonely in America and lonely in like Western society
Mm-hmm.
because they think that it's just every man for themselves.
Yeah. Crabs in
That's
a
not
barrel
really the
kind of
way to live.
mindset.
Yeah. How about you?
Um, First of all, I love that the sense of community. That is, yeah, that's one of the beautiful things that I feel like our culture definitely, puts to the forefront for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like things that I will pass down, the food,
Mm.
the food,
Mm.
and the food.
Mm.
I'll pass down the food. I'm definitely working overtime to make sure I know every recipe that my mom makes because I don't think there's a better cook on this earth
Period.
than my mom, Femta Jallo.
Period.
Shout out to my mama. Yes. So
man.
yes, the food is amazing. I like our parties.
Yeah.
I like our parties and our events, and I feel like I want to continue that tradition.
Yeah.
I want to incorporate it in every like party or event that I have, like the monumental things like the gentes, the naming ceremonies. I probably will do both a naming ceremony and a baby shower. Who knows? But yeah, those are the things that I want to pass down, like the events, the food, and obviously, just to know yourself kind of identity. I'll pass it down to my kid for sure.
Definitely, definitely. And I have to ask, what is your favorite Gambian dish?
So my favorite Gambian dish is domara.
Oh, I kind of knew you were gonna say that, but then I kind of thought maybe she's a
No.
Benachin.
No, I mean Benachin, don't get me wrong, I love all of the meals. But domara I can eat from Monday to Sunday, every day of the week. And domara, just for those of you who don't know, is a peanut butter stew dish. They kind of do it all over West Africa and they have their own renditions, but ours is peanut butter stew over rice, and I think it has lamb in it also.
Lamb or chicken?
Lamb.
Lamb.
Okay.
Okay.
You can't beat the lamb.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I love the chicken too, but the lamb,
yeah,
every time.
I think the lamb gives it more flavor. I mean,
yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? Yeah, I definitely agree. I think my favorite domada is up there. It probably might be the number one, but I also really love plazas too.
Ooh.
Yeah, and super. I mean, I don't know. It's a lot. Super cancha with the fufu. Oh my god.
Yeah. I've been. Oh.
I gotta tell my mom we gotta make that together. But yeah, I also really need to learn the recipes too.
Yes.
And like learn how to do them by myself in my sleep. There's a lot of y'all out here that be on TikTok and they be chefing it up. The girlies are chefing it up.
I've seen them on TikTok. Girl. I be thinking to myself, like, can I please come and get a plate?
Yes.
Please.
Or can you just teach me? Like, I'm at a point, I don't know if I just need to like start. And don't get me wrong, like I can make domada and like make the little things, but like I've never made Benachin. I've never even tried to make Benachin.
Ooh.
But I think it would be easy. But I don't know because there's a point where you have to like boil the rice and make sure it's not like too soggy or too overcooked. Yeah. That's the part I'm kind of scared of, but I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think I've ever made like that. Actually, I used to make Benachin. I used to make Benachin when I was younger.
Yeah.
But it's like a skill that you have to kind of like do over and over again to make sure that you know how to do it.
Yeah. Oh, and just for people's purposes that are not Gambian, Benachin is basically jollof rice.
Yeah.
And there's this whole debate on who got the best jollof rice. It's the Senegambians. Okay.
The Senegambians, 100%.
No debates.
Yeah.
No
I mean, it's been said by very many people, especially the Nigerian people who really know food.
Exactly.
They know. Come on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know that it's definitely the Gambians and the Senegalese. I mean, the Senegalese, I want to say there's a whole tribe that started it called the Jollof people or the Wolof. That's us. That's pretty much us.
Okay, I didn't even know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, we just need to put that to rest, put it to bed.
Yeah.
And just let it be what it is. Let us have that one. Okay. So I want to talk about the influence of our parents and how that has shaped us and, what we've learned from them. So what would you say your mom has taught you?
My mom has taught me to never let she's taught me to never let my head or my crown down. Like don't ever put your crown down. Don't ever don't ever diminish yourself. Don't ever be low. Make sure you always shoot to be high. My mom has always taught me that, and she's always made sure that I know who I am. Like know yourself. Don't do stuff like that. That's not you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just always keep your standards all the way high.
Yeah.
Don't ever settle for nothing or that you don't deserve. Don't ever lower your standards pretty much.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is a life hack. My mom has taught me the power of education. And she really, really hones herself in on making sure that I was educated. Yeah. My mom, I would say she was strict, especially when it came to education. She was a cool mom. Like me and her were like very close. But she also didn't play.
Yeah.
And one of them things she didn't play about was education. Oh, you're going to school and you're gonna get the good grades, you're gonna do all this stuff. And like even my aunties, like I would have to do like Saturday school and they would buy workbooks for us. Like it was a very strict program that they ran when it came to education.
Okay.
But as I'm like now an adult, I do definitely agree that education is very, 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 very key. And I think that while we may not have agreed on our idea of what education looked like, I think
Mhm.
for her, it was more so like formal schooling was her thing, like going to college and getting your degree, which, you know, we went to college and have our degree.
Right.
But she's more so like masters, doctorates, PhD, all of that stuff. Me, I think I see education as more like being a student of life.
Mhm.
And it's not just about the formal schooling. It's about like being educated to be able to make better choices for yourself, to be able to get better opportunities,
100%. Yeah.
get money,
Yeah.
you know? And I think even like in life, there's things like emotional intelligence
Mhm.
in order to have like those soft skills that you need to be able to be a people person. Like
Mhm.
education is just all around important. And I don't think it's just limited to just like formal schooling, but I think that's like one of the values that I stand tall on is being somebody that's always curious, always learning. Like I never want to feel like I've learned everything or like I'm too good to learn something new, or I always want to be in spaces where I can still learn from people
Yeah.
and that I can still grow.
Okay.
Because if I feel like I'm not growing, I feel like just uncomfortable and stagnant and just
Mm.
very irritable. Like, you know?
Yeah, I understand completely.
Yeah.
I have two questions. So, knowing what you know now, right?
Hmm.
Well, about what your mom has taught you and going through your life experiences, would you go hard on your kids like your mom did about education?
Mm. I
Would you go as hard?
I think I would go hard. I
Mhm.
think that like I would go hard in making sure like the kid is not a dumb kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
and and not even just like the thing is if the path is there for them, like if they want to become like an engineer or a doctor or whatever route formal schooling will take them,
Mhm.
you're going to do that.
Yeah.
But if there's a route that maybe they want to do something like own some type of business, maybe
Mhm.
they want to own some type of spa or something, I'm just giving an example, I would make sure that whatever it takes to get to that point, whatever education they need to get, whatever books they need to read,
Mhm.
whatever podcasts they need to listen up on, I'm going to make sure that I'm supporting them in that way to give them the tools that they need.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it doesn't have to be like the formal schooling, but yeah.
And another thing, just based off what you said, do you think that growing up African gave you soft skills or did you have to learn them on your own?
Ooh, girl, I think we getting into another territory.
Yeah.
I think that my culture, my environment,
Mhm.
one thing that we could have did a better job on was our mental health
100%.
and showing emotions
Mhm.
healthily. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
my parents and my mom are like super affectionate towards me.
Mm. I don't think that okay, well let me start here. I think um I think our parents or our culture has taught us how to have respect. We are really like I feel like we're very respectful girls. Like we treat others with respect. We value respect, especially when it comes to like elderly, our elders, anyone who's older, we have a lot of respect. And I appreciate that. Like I would want to pass that on to my child as well,
Yeah,
just to have respect.
absolutely.
But I don't think we've been given the soft skills of it all. No, there's no way. My mom is very strong, and that's not a title that I want to carry alone. Like I don't want to be known for being just a strong woman. And a lot of African women are very strong, and they have to be, like you said.
Mhm.
But yeah, they didn't have the emotional side. They didn't have the soft side. They didn't live the soft life.
Yeah.
They had to get it out the mud every day. And I understand and I respect that. But for me going forward and then just moving the generation forward, I don't want my child, whether son or daughter, to feel like they only have to subject themselves to like that
Struggle.
hard, strong struggle, and I don't want them to have to carry that burden anymore. I want them to know that they have different opportunities. I want them to be emotionally intelligent, like you mentioned before. And I want them to be able to, love and, love with an open heart, be passionate about something, have emotions, be human.
Mhm.
Just tap into those human skills. And I would say that's something that we didn't get from our parents. And I don't know if they've gotten the opportunity to fully feel that way. Maybe they have before we were born.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like now I feel like I'm kind of becoming the parent to my mom or my, parent to my parents.
Yeah.
And I'm always telling them like, no, you need to unlearn that. Like you need to be soft. You need to be loving. Like it's okay. Like if you feel some type of way, just say it. Like
Yeah.
cuz me and my parents I would say are I'm an adult now, so we're gaining like an adult friendship.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm trying to let them know, like, you don't always have to do this. It's
Yeah.
not the only way. Like, you can still be, emotional and strong.
Yeah. So, do you think that your mom or your dad would ever go to therapy?
I think my mom will go to therapy.
Okay.
I think she would.
Do you think she would benefit from therapy? Do you think our African parents would benefit from therapy?
I think everybody would benefit from therapy, especially if they have the right therapist who understands them.
Mhm.
Because if you come, if you come as a therapist thinking that you're just about to just walk my mom down on her emotions, she's gonna let you know.
Oh yeah.
She gonna let you know that she's not the one or the two. Okay. But if
You
you
think you know me better than I know myself?
exactly. But if you come from a perspective of knowing the way that they had to grow up and knowing the struggles that they have,
Yeah.
I feel like yeah, I feel like they can benefit from therapy for sure. But my dad, I don't really know. I don't think my dad would go to therapy. Yeah, I think he would look down upon it.
Mm.
As most African probably fathers would or
Yeah.
parents.
I will tell you right now, I just asked my mom when she go to therapy like 3 days ago, and she said, "What do I look like going to therapy? What do I look like going to who? You think I need therapy?" So I said that to say,
Yeah.
I don't think my mama there yet.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Teach us on. Did you even know what mental health was growing up?
No, I feel like mental health has become like a huge conversation now. And I love the fact that it's the front of the conversation now. I love the fact that it's being revealed in different ways and like, especially us first generation, just first gen in general from all cultures.
Yeah.
Being able to connect with mental health. I love that it's at the forefront, but definitely when we were younger, it was not there.
Yeah.
What is mental health? Like,
Yeah.
are you crazy?
Yeah.
Like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
That's if you brought up mental health to your parents, it would be more so, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Like, do you need help?
Can I help you?
Can I help you? Like, yeah, it would have definitely been frowned upon.
Mhm.
Like, don't bring that crazy stuff to no, not over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to definitely figure it out on your own. I feel like even talking about your emotions wasn't even the thing. Like, you can even talk about your emotions. Like, it's literally shut up.
And how does that make how did that make you feel? Like, I think for me, I didn't even understand that I just wasn't given the space to talk about my emotions or like to even cry. I felt like it was I shouldn't cry. Like I needed to be strong.
Yeah.
And I think at the time, like when I was younger, like I didn't really understand it. But now I definitely see the effects that has on people, especially men. Like imagine the men.
Yeah, I see it with men a lot
Mm-hmm.
too. But how did it make me feel? I didn't really realize it was that bad until I left for college.
Yeah.
I feel like being out in the world on your own for the first time and having those characteristics that don't allow you to grow it kind of keep you stagnant, and you realizing like, hey, if I actually want to grow, I have to change these things about myself. Like I have to unlearn
Yeah.
these bad things or these bad habits or these survival mechanisms that my parents have, instilled onto me in order to grow.
Yeah.
I can't stay this way. Like this is not realistic. Like I will literally die unhappy and just stubborn and all other things just because I don't want to show my emotions, or I don't know how to show my emotions, or I don't know how to communicate effectively without being angry and things like excuse me and things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna bounce that question back over to you. Like how did it make you feel not having those outlets? And also forgot the second part of the question.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think it made me feel it I don't know if it made me feel away, but I noticed that in life I wasn't like you said, elevating in the way that I needed to. Like I think the relationships, jobs and stuff like that. Like I could have handled certain situations better in life if I would have just been equipped with the tools and the knowledge that I needed to handle tough situations
Yeah.
and handling tough people, tough scenarios and stuff like that. And so when I first made the choice to see a therapist, which was like after college, she taught me things like I didn't know before. She taught me about boundaries. She taught me about the concept of codependency and
Mm.
stuff like that. And I think that is something we definitely are passing on to our children.
Yeah.
It's just the knowledge of mental health and being emotionally intelligent and being emotionally mature. I
Mhm.
think that's a generational wealth that we are going to be able to pass down to our kids.
Okay.
And so the cycle won't repeat
Continue
itself.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So next kind of question or topic or whatever. Um, did the expectations of your African parents, how did that impact you?
Mm.
Because they definitely have expectations. Wait, question is do you think the expectation of your African parent or just African parents in general, just knowing the generalization of it all, do you think they're unrealistic, or do you think they're just how do you feel about them?
I think that in their eyes, there was nothing unrealistic about it. I think that it was very straight, black and white to them.
Mhm.
But I think going back to what you said earlier, like the way they grew up and where they grew up is completely different from where we grow up
Mhm.
in America, where the culture is complete opposites
Mhm.
and certain things in society they may think is like crazy in America, disrespectful and just outrageous. And I mean, maybe it is, maybe it is not. I'm not here to talk about anybody, the Western society. But I think that it has made me become a perfectionist and made me have to like always try to be achieving something. And I noticed that within myself. And I think perfectionism is just debilitating. But if you still have perfectionistic tendencies, which I don't think I really do anymore,
Yeah.
I honestly could care less about things being perfect. I just care about getting shit done.
Ooh.
Because perfectionism will never let you do anything. People are wanting to start businesses, but because they're so debilitated with their choices of the logo color and they want everything to be perfect and they want this and this and this to be just absolutely perfect, the timing to be perfect, they never start.
You're preaching to the choir right now.
Yeah. And so I would say if anyone out there does feel like they have to have everything together, all the cards aligned, all the stars aligned to do something, you actually don't need to do that. You just need to have like, so in business there's a or in tech there's something called an MVP, a minimum viable product. And that's just the minimum baseline product you need in order to go to market. And as long as you have your baseline, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
But just for you to put out something that's still good quality,
Yeah.
but it's just not perfect. Do that. And then as you progress and as people are giving you feedback, it's like a testing experimental phase. that's how you end up being a person that gets shits done and is actually putting action behind their dreams, behind their ideas, and not being so debilitated by perfectionistic tendencies and procrastinating.
Minimum viable product. I'm gonna hold on to that. I like
Yeah,
that. That's a gem right there.
definitely. And it applies to a lot of areas. Hmm.
And then for me, what I feel like do I feel like their expectations was realistic? I don't. Mm-mm. I don't think their expectations was realistic. And this is just general, like obviously you can achieve everything you want in this life, but you won't live a happy life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're trading in a certain level of happiness for the expectations of your parents. You have to find who you are truly, and if who you are doesn't align with being a doctor, then don't be that doctor. Because you're going to be a doctor. You can achieve to be a doctor, but you're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
You're not going to feel like you're aligned with your true self. So I wish the culture kind of, push for like not individualism, but like finding your own path and being successful at it. And I feel like they haven't done that because they don't know that you can be successful being a content creator. They don't know that you can be successful hosting your own podcast. They don't know that you could be successful, being a singer or a songwriter or any of these other things. They only know a small subset. So you can't define your whole life based off the expectation of your parents, because you will not be happy if you do that. And I feel like it also doesn't embrace rest. And you need rest to be successful.
Absolutely.
I don't feel like those expectations ever gave you room to just relax.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I thought of something that I want to ask you. Do you think that, or let me say this, are you okay with letting your parents down?
100%, yes.
Mm. We need, I think a lot of people need to hear this, even if they're not like immigrant children or
Yeah.
first gen parents. Like, how can you give someone advice, or what advice can you give someone that needs to kind of get over that feeling of like letting their parents down?
Oh, that's a hard pill to swallow. I'm not gonna lie. Letting your parents down is a very hard pill to swallow. I feel like that's sometimes it's the only thread that's holding us up. The fact that I don't want to let my parents down. I feel like that is what kind of got me through college, and that's what kind of pushed me forward. So I'm not gonna let me go back. I'm not gonna say that I'm 100% okay with it, because at some point in my life I wasn't okay with it, and that's what kind of helped me and kind of pushed me to go forward. I always wanted to make them proud, but now at the age that I am now, um, yeah, I'm gonna say a no to a lot of things for my mental health. And the power of no is a beautiful word. It's a beautiful word. It means a lot of things, and it's just two letters. So I'm okay with not meeting their expectations, or I'm okay with letting them down now. But at one point in my life, it was the string that was pulling me forward. It kept me going. So my advice to those of you who are out there who don't want to let their parents down, um, I would say have a certain standard for yourself. Be confident in the standard that you have for yourself, or the rhythm that you created for yourself, that to keep you going. That way you don't have to just rely on not letting your parents down. You can find and forge your own path, and keep going, and it will feel more aligned to who you are.
That
Yeah.
is powerful. I love that. And I know that's going to help a lot of people that are listening,
Mhm.
as far as just owning up to who you are, having your set of values that you stand for, and doing what's going to doing what feels right for you.
Right.
Definitely doing what feels right for you. And I know we talked about what was something that your mom taught you. I'm curious to know, what was something that your father taught you?
My father taught me the value of God.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He taught me the value of God and just trusting in God and having a strong, strong faith. And that's something I appreciate him. He taught me how to pray. He taught me how to, give charity back. He taught me a lot of things as far as when it comes to like my faith and everything like that. Like I feel like my faith is I can say my dad definitely was a catalyst of teaching me how to have a strong faith.
Yeah, he taught me that too. He taught all of us. Okay,
Yeah, he taught
shout out
us.
to him.
He was the teacher.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate my dad for that. What about you? What do you think that your dad taught you?
I think my dad taught me. It's interesting because I think my dad taught me kindness. It's so simple, but my dad is the kindest man that I know.
He really is.
Yeah, and he also taught me to be passionate about something because my dad, I don't know if y'all know Uncle Keba out here. He's very much into his politics.
He is.
Yeah, and I think seeing him being so passionate about politics, I think is honestly what has kept him young. It's what has kept him educated.
So
and like
true.
Yeah, because you need to know how to do things. You need to know how to speak as a politician. You need to know how to write and do all of these things, articulate yourself well. And so my dad does all of those things way better than younger folks out here. And he is turning 71 this year. And you can't even tell.
I can't tell. Like, that's a complete shock to me. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. Your dad is always, always moving and shaking. Every time you talk
Moving
to
and
him,
shaking.
he's just always the happiest person to talk to. So
Yeah, and I
love
think
that.
like it shows in him. Like
It does.
he looks happy. And like you can see the correlation with like somebody like health or your emotions and your happiness can really make you feel better and just keep carrying you on throughout life being a healthy person.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah.
And the opposite being like a stressed out person, stress can give you disease.
Trust.
And I don't think he doesn't let anything stress him out too bad to where it debilitates him.
He
doesn't
take things too serious.
No.
Yeah, I love that about your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll definitely, that's something I want to carry on. And being African is a gem. It's a treasure.
I love it. It's a luxury.
It's a luxury. And do you see yourself going to Gambia anytime soon?
Yeah, I hate having this conversation because I feel so ashamed that I haven't been back. But I feel like see, look, all the eyes. But honestly, I feel like when I go back now at my age, I feel like it's gonna be such a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be the most beautiful experience. So I do plan on going back.
Yeah.
For sure. It always like every time I want to, the time never works out. But
And you need a lot of time to go. Like you can't just go for like a couple days. Like
yeah.
you got to spend time. You got family to visit. So it's really a trip that you have to really plan for.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to say, hey, I'm going to Gambia or I'm going to Africa.
Yeah. You've been back a couple of times. So what is something that you can share about your experience being in the Gambia?
I think it surprised me of just how nice the people were, genuine. And I don't even think it's just Gambians. I think like Africans in general, they love seeing people from the diaspora come. And I think they're always just so genuinely kind. I love the food. I feel like the food is, you can tell it's healthier. And whenever I go, I feel like my skin is clearer and all of that stuff. And like also just hanging out with like family, it's like crazy. Like this is somebody that you guys share the same blood with. You've never met them. You guys are on opposite sides of the planet. And it's just really cool. And I love Gambia. I actually want to do like investments. I know we want to do like investments in Africa and really just take our talents to the motherland. So
I feel like definitely investing in Africa is the future.
It's the future.
It's definitely the future. So for all of my Africans who are living out here, you need to tap back in Africa because it's moving and shaking. And I feel like it's definitely a place that I would definitely want to invest in also.
Yeah, especially Senegal. Like I got my eyes on Senegal. And I think a lot of people are starting to have their eyes on Senegal. So we got to act fast, because it's kind of going to be one of those things where in 5 years, if you did not make any type of moves, you're going to be like, damn, wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. And so we need to do something.
Okay. So
Like our marking.
I agree.
Hot cocoa question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer an African man or an American man?
This is a really, really hard question.
I'm sorry I have to do it to you like that.
This is a very hot cocoa question. Hmm. I prefer a good man.
Okay, Savannah.
I prefer a good man. Culturally has a lot of benefits. Like a African man, of course, they have a lot of benefits because they understand you better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm okay with marrying an American man also, or just being in a relationship with a American man also. So, as long as he's a really good man and he has values, he has God first, and he's very family oriented. I'm okay. I'm okay. What about you?
First of all, I just want to say that was the most genius answer. Like, girl,
I had to think about it.
This was not scripted. She did not know this answer, so I'm just like, damn, girl, that was a good answer. Mm-hmm. We love a good man, Savannah.
We love
first of all.
Mm-hmm.
I would say for me, it definitely is giving African, particularly West African.
Yeah.
Just around there, just because, yeah, I mean, I do value like the shared culture. I don't want to have to explain the food. I don't want to have to like explain certain things. Like I just want somebody that can just get it with me. And just my personal preference. I've done both, and yeah, I think I would just stick with my African man.
Okay.
Meech Ware is my husband.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Period. Okay, so weddings are big in the African community.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think you're gonna do an African wedding or just a regular walk down the aisle white wedding?
I want to have both if I cannot. I don't know. I want to have both. Like I definitely want to have like my nikah, which is like the more traditional Islamic style wedding.
Yes.
But I also do want to have an African wedding. I don't know as far as the size if I care for it to be really big, but I feel like I may not have a choice because of everyone that is just part of the family. And yeah, I think my family and my loved ones are a huge group, and I could just imagine my West African man, his family is probably a really big group too, so it may just be big. But I probably would prefer it not to be big. Like if anything, I want to go to like Italy and no, not Italy. I want to go to France and have a wedding in France.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's like my dream. So take notes. What about you?
I'm doing all 3 weddings. They're gonna be very big, filled with culture, a lot of love, and yeah, we're gonna have a time. I'm doing all 3. We're doing 3 weddings.
Period. What's the third one?
So the nikah, the African wedding, and then the white walk down the aisle.
Okay.
Yeah, so all 3 for sure.
Definitely. I'm on that same type of time.
How often do you send money back home to Africa?
Oh my gosh. These people think that money is just in our drawers.
Oh my goodness.
They think it's like hiding in my chair. No, I'm just kidding. I send it often, but sometimes I gotta have the boundaries.
You do.
It's a recession out here. And sometimes I'd like as much as I would love to help, like sometimes I, have bills to pay.
100%.
I have a business to run.
Yes.
But I send money as much as I can because I know what their circumstances are.
Yeah.
And we always talked about like, what a privilege we are or what a privilege we have to be here. So of course I definitely send money whenever I can. But they do have to understand
it's hard.
It's not just hiding in like this thing.
And that's the consensus. I'm not gonna lie that we could just pull it out of our you know what I mean?
Or like hiding behind,
it's like I have a money tree somewhere in my house just planted. Yeah, no, it don't work like that. But to answer the question, same as you.
Yeah.
Try my best. You know what I mean? I understand the circumstances, of course. But baby, it is a recession.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And it's hard out here in these streets,
The
honey.
bills are getting bigger.
I'm working for every damn day I
Okay.
got.
Okay.
So, I do my best for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so thank you guys again for tuning in to Fur and Cocoa with our cozy conversations. To all of our homegirls and homeboys out there, we appreciate you for tuning in every week. Yeah.
Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, share this with your sisters, with your mother, with your father, with your family back home.
Yes.
You know, this is a movement, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in and supporting us in the way that you do. And we hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you are. And we will catch you guys later.
Yes, we're putting on for the culture. So,
Period.
tune in.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.